Hi guys, thanks for tuning in again. This video is just an update to the last video that I've put up. I wasn't happy with the way the door was fitting in the aperture, and also I wasn't happy with the sill. You know, it just didn't look right. So over the last couple of days what I've done is I've basically cut everything back out and redone it all again basically, because like I say, I wasn't happy with it. This is where we're at, and you'll see this in the video. It's not my usual videos that I make. You don't actually see me doing it, you just see the befores and afters. But flitch panel's in. I've still got work to do in grinding it all back. I've started grinding it back, but I've still got, obviously, need to clean that up a little bit better. The sill's in. I've still got to clean up these spot welds, and clean all these, plug welds, clean all these off, and obviously in here. But I've just painted it just now with some H primer, and I've actually ran out, so this is weld through primer here, and I've also got this abortion to sort out. So yeah, this is where I'm at, and you'll see that in the video. So rather than me havering on, I will let you watch the video. Before I proceed any further with the car, as you've seen in the last video there, the door's not lining up properly. I've spoke with Dave Jagger about this, and we both agree that the rollover jig's probably not helping. These jigs are great, don't get me wrong, but myself and Dave, we both agree that the car flexes too much in them. If there was support in the middle here to keep the car level, that would be better. Dave's original jig that he gifted DGSE had the support in the middle, so it's something I'm seriously going to think about for my next project, you know, possibly modifying the jig so that the whole car's supported. But I need to sort something out here. The door actually fits not too bad in the aperture now. I've made some adjustments to it via the hinges here, and it does actually fit in the aperture pretty well now. Still maybe a little tad tight there, but it's not striking, you know. It does need to come up a little bit like that, and that would make the gap perfect, as you can see there, and all the way up, as well as the gap going down here, and it's nice and flush. But this sill here, it does need to come down ever so slight. If you can see the gap along there, that's roughly the position there. There's literally no gap at the front here, just where my thumb is, and as you go along the door you can see that gap open up quite a lot. That gap there, I'm actually quite happy with that gap, because looking at other cars, it's not far off that. It could maybe go up just a ball here, you know. Translated, it could go up a few millimetres. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and drop this sill down just a few ball hairs, and make that gap better, because I've also got to consider the quarter panel. If I find the offcut, it is here somewhere. I'll show you what I mean. Here it's here. I was going to pause it there, but I don't need to. Now, I don't know how well this will pick up on camera yet, you can see it. This is the offcut off the quarter panel, and there should be a little line just here. That's roughly the position it should go in, and as you can see there, it needs to come down possibly 2-3 millimeters, because when I go to fit the new quarter panel, it's obviously not going to fit, because that's where it's cut and that's where it would fit, which isn't ideal. So I'm going to drop the sill down a little bit and try and correct that. So when we come back, hopefully that'll be corrected. I'll also need to check the door on the other side, if we go around there and have a quick look at that now. The bottom of the panel gap's actually not too bad on that, it's better than what I thought it was. So I'm probably just talking rubbish, I don't need to adjust this side. The gap there's not too bad, but again, before I proceed, I'll see if I can temporarily fit the outer A post there, just to see how I am for clearances. I'm actually pretty confident in this side. This side's not a problem, it's just that side over there. So what I'll do now is I'll cut this and drop it down a few mil and hope that it fits. I'll also need to check that side with the quarter panel that I've got for it, and if need be I will make adjustments to that. But as you can see there, the door shuts pretty well. And when that does come up just a wee touch, the gap will be fine. So let's drop this sill down and square it off. Right, I've cut this sill here and dropped it down, pinched it onto here, onto the sill, the outer sill, and you can see there's about 4 or 5 mil gap there now. So what I'm going to have to do is extend this and cut it again and then weld it back in. The door is currently held up with this clamp, and the gap all round it looks fine, even up here. And if I shut the door, close it fully, you can see that gap there is a damn sight better than it was before. It's nice and even. So hopefully, fingers crossed, this will do the trick. Right, I've stitched the offcut back on, so what I'll do now is I'll clean that back and then I'll try and get it right this time. Well, I've readjusted everything. The sill, I've only just tacked it on. The hole opening is exactly the same size as the other car. So the only thing that can be stopping the door from fitting nicely is this hinge panel. So I've welded up the holes in the door to move it down. The gap line down here was horrendous, so I'm hoping if I can readjust it, it'll work in. Fortunately, the panel that I cut for that fits, so that'll give me the lines for the holes, or where I have to drill the holes. Failing that, it's going to have to be another hinge panel and step, because I'm really getting to the end of my tether with this. Well, it's been several days since I shot the last clips that you've just seen, and I've made major alterations to the car. The car is now off the jig, as you can see. I've just got it stored there because I've nowhere else to keep it at the moment. Same with the back. Back's disconnected. So what I've done is I've got the car supported on some wood here and trestles under the floor. Now, although in the last segments that you've just seen it looked not too bad, I just wasn't happy with it. The lines were all over the place. So what I done was, knowing that it was a jig causing these problems, was I decided just to finally take the car off the jig for the time being. And once I done that, took the car off the jig, laid it on the trestles, everything started lining up a damn sight better, you know, and I could see how far out it was. I've even taken the broke the bracing off. I've cut that off because that wasn't obviously helping any, because that was welded in position when the car was on the jig. So as soon as I took the car off the jig, cut this, it practically laid down, you know, and everything started coming in line. So what I've had to do is add another section in here, just 10mm. So I'll need to clean that up. So I've added an extra 10mm in here, double checked everything, and I can now say that the fit is a damn sight better. That fit's almost identical to the Mini 30 I've got, and as you can see there, it's pretty square in the aperture. The gap down the A-pillar is also a hell of a lot better. Before it was like nothing here, and about that size up there, about what, 7mm. So I mean the fit's a hell of a lot better. It looks off a little bit there, which quite rightly it is, and that's because it's not lined up down here. It could come up just a wee touch, so if I take that up, then that should be pretty even. The fit along the bottom of the sill, that's a lot better as well. Again, it needs to come up, so once it comes up and it's in line, that's more or less going to be where it is. And obviously it'll have little packers in here, little square packers that go in here, and that'll move it over a little and it'll shut this gap. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that now. The sill, I was having a lot of bother with the sill, trying to get that in. It was lying over too much. I think it still is lying over a little, but it's a lot better now than what it was before. This is a heritage sill, and there's bits of it that I'm not really happy with. I'm pretty sure this sill had a slight twist in it when I bought it, you know, because here it doesn't feel right, and I don't think that's me, because I haven't manipulated the sill too much. I've always just laid it in, but that's by the by. I've obviously got some trimming to do on the top here, but that again can get done once it's all welded up. And also for the new quarter panel, that'll fit in there nicely, I hope. Famous last words, but yeah. So what I've got to do now is obviously finish off cleaning, welding all this up, get this tight, and also now that that's in, I can clean up these areas and get this repair section welded in as well, and then hopefully that'll be it for this section. and I can move on to the rest. I'm really not sure what order to do this in, whether to do the tubs first or the boot floor. If any of you have got any advice on that, what to do first, drop a comment in the comment section, or get in touch with me on the Facebook group. But I did initially think tubs first, but I'm now beginning to think boot floor first. I'll probably need to add more bracing in actually before I move the boot. But yeah, I've also tried the quarter panel for this side in here, and it looks like it fits up with a little check in the sill. So yeah, quite happy with that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to crack on and get the sill welded in, get the flitch panel repair section done as well, and that should hopefully stiffen things up a hell of a lot. Well, that's the flitch repair panel tack welded on just now. As you can see there, I am starting to run mega low on gas, so hopefully I'll have enough to repair it, and it seems to be welding on pretty well. So let's bash on. That's the majority of it welded in, and I'm pretty impressed with it. This area here is blown, it's blown to holes. So what I'll do is I'll take the door off it and get a bit of copper in behind this to help prevent it from blowing. There is a couple of pinholes in it, but then again I'll fill that again. I've started welding the panel onto the hinge panel here, but I'm going to have to put some screws in it to pull that in tighter to ensure a good weld. But if I have a wee look at the inside yet, it's looking pretty good on the inside. Here it is on the inside, and once that's ground back, that should hopefully be a seamless finish, which is what I was hoping for when I set out. So yeah, it's starting to come together now after all these weeks of mucking about with this sill. It doesn't seem like weeks to you guys that are watching because it's all in one take, but I only get a few days off here and there from work, and I can only do this when I can. So these videos are normally made up now, spread over a week or two, sometimes longer. So yeah, let's crack on. Right, that's the sill finally welded on, and flitch panel as well. I'll apologise in advance that I didn't film this, purely because I really needed to crack on. I'm back at work again tomorrow, and it'll be at least another week before I get a day off, so I'm just going to wrap it up here for the video and let you see what I've managed to do. I've spot welded or plug welded all the little holes that I drilled there to attach the sill. It's welded on the inner sill as well. I've just got this monstrosity to clean up here, and obviously clean up the rest of the welds, but I'll do that another day because my head's absolutely buzzing now. And also I need to clean the garage, tidy it up, so that when I come back it's going to be a nice clean environment to work in, because as you can see, it's a bit of a mess, and I hate a dirty garage, I really do. So I'm going to get that cleaned up. I'll get some etching primer on the bare metal to stop it from corroding, and the next time we come back, hopefully we'll be doing something different. Anyway guys, if you have made it this far, thanks for watching. I'll catch you later.